Hello, my beautiful friends. Welcome to Lifestyle Manifesting. I'm Shannon, and on my channel, I am talking all about manifesting as a lifestyle. Every area of your life, be the designer and the architect of your life. Let's practice some inner conversations today. Practice an inner conversation with your friend. I want you to practice and imagine that you just ran into a friend. And imagine you're just running into a friend that you haven't seen in such a long time. And your friend is asking you what's going on. And your friend is asking you and saying, I heard about you, and I heard about you and your, let's say, boyfriend, right? Or partner. Should we go general? Partner? Okay. So your friend, we're practicing this, right? Practice imagining that your friend is asking you, they heard about you and your amazing partner. Now, what is your response? Practice living in the end by imagining and having an inner conversation with a friend. And what are you saying to them? I am so thrilled to be in such a great relationship. I love that I have a partner that loves me and respects me. I love that my partner is so thoughtful. I love that my partner goes above and beyond. I love that my partner is always listening to me, and I love that they laugh with me. I love that we could just be ourselves with each other. I love that we feel so safe with each other. It just feels like we've known each other a lifetime. So create imaginal scenes or create imaginal conversations to manifest the experience that you want to have. You don't have to focus on your specific person. In fact, you really want to focus more on yourself or create imaginal conversations around the idea that implies you have your own desire, that you have this desire. So this way, you're not focused on the specific person and realizing, focused more on them not being there. So how do you focus on more feeling that they are here? I want you to just tell the story and paint the picture to your friend in your mind, right? This is like telephone technique. Imaginal conversation, inner conversation, mental conversation, like all of those one and the same. Now you go in your imagination and imagine your friend that you haven't seen in a while is asking you about your boyfriend, and what are you saying? Oh my God, he is so great. He's so thoughtful. Last weekend, he planned a trip for us. It was like out of the blue. He said, just pack your bag, babe, we're going. And we got on the plane and we were in first class and everyone was treating us so sweet. Okay, do you understand? Like, you create that imaginal scene in your mind. What could that conversation look like? Oh, we got on the plane, we're going to Hawaii. And when we arrived in Hawaii, they put the lays on us. We went to this great hotel. And guess what we did that whole time? We just had a blast. We had so much fun. We went to the best restaurants. We went to the beach. We went hiking. We saw waterfalls. Okay, this is you getting into your imagination, not focused on the drama of life, but focused on the vision of the kind of things you want to experience. That's where you put your attention. Put your attention on what is that dream and what is that experience you want. Where are the places that you go with your specific person? What are the things you would be doing? How could you create and tell the story to your friend that would imply that you have this relationship? The feeling is the secret. Go to the end and sustain the wish fulfilled of already having that desire. You're focused on the fulfillment of the desire. I know I just got excited talking about, surprise, vacation, getting on a plane, going to a new place, eating great food, delicious food at delicious restaurants. Okay, so get into your imagination. Use adjectives to create and paint that picture And now, what does that look like? Saturate your mind with that vision and do that right before you go to bed, when your subconscious mind is an open door, ready and receptive to accept your desire, ready and receptive to accept the command that you give it. You are giving your self, it's really yourself, your subconscious mind is yourself, right? You're giving yourself the command. You're writing the play of your life. You're writing the script of your life. Somebody said, put your attention on Cash App. That's cool. You could do that. Put your attention on your Cash App. Imagine that there's more money. It's like ching, 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 ching. The money's flowing in. All right, I'm going to answer some questions. How's everyone doing? I want you to be thinking and imagining the vision of your unlimited experience, the vision of the things you really just have to start putting your focus on the vision of the fulfillment of your desire. And what does that feel like? What does that look like? And that looks like you giving no importance, and that means that you are not talking about the problem that's in your life, the problem with your specific person, the problem with your finances. Okay, you go to the solution. Okay, my ex unblocked, no contact, has a girlfriend now, what to do? Well, okay, what to do, focus on the things that are going the way you want it to go. Okay, so unblocked, win. Unblocked, that's something you want to put a focus on. Okay, now I intend. So you say, I'm unblocked, I intend. There's contact. I intend, I'm the one and only. Do you understand that you need to see yourself as the one and only? That's first and foremost. We're not trying to get someone outside of us to think that we are the one and only. All you have to do is decide and create that conviction within. I am the one and only. When you say that you are the one and only, it's law. It must manifest that you are the one and the only. But if you affirm, I'm the one and only, and I intend we are together, and then you go to your friends and you say, oh, guess what? Their girlfriend and him, I saw on social media, they were doing this. That's as solid as an affirmation as your affirmation about being, confident and chosen. So that what else you're saying and what else you're putting your attention on is also creating your reality. You are the creator of your reality. So what to do? Just start lighting up the vision of the reality you want. That's all you have to do. Saturate yourself in the fulfillment of already having your desire. That's all you have to do. Talk to yourself, your inner conversations, the self-talk that you have all day long in your mind, which you're already doing. Now you're going to be deliberate about your self-talk, about what you're saying to yourself, that dialogue, that monologue in your mind throughout the day. You're having a monologue all day long. Don't let it run wild, because if you let your monologue in your mind run wild, your world is running wild. You're chasing after your reality. You're chasing after circumstances. So this is about a disciplined mind. To manifest your desired reality, you need to have a disciplined mind. Affirm, I have a disciplined mind. I'm so focused and I'm so good at focusing on the vision of the world that I want. I'm very good at that. Okay, so you have to create that by affirming that. Okay. Think about success stories. Think about the good going on in your life. Focus on what you do want. Focus on how you want to be seen. Focus on how you feel about yourself. Because as you grow and solidify your own confidence within yourself, your world is only going to show and reveal that is the truth of who you are. Your world reveals to you or confirms to you the truth of what you think about yourself and the truth of how you see yourself in relation to this person and that other person and your boss and people at work and family and friends and relatives. It's everyone. It's not just your specific person. It's everyone and everything. That's why you go to the core, right? You are the core of your reality. You go to the core. You change from the core. You change from the perspective of self. All right, I intend that you got this and you have evidence tonight. You're going to have some evidence tonight that shows you are the creator. And I'm setting that intention for all of you to see this, to have realizations. Just Anne. Sometimes SP shows up. When he leaves, it's hard to adjust to the imagination state. Okay, so sometimes SP shows up. I don't know if you mean like physically or mentally, right? Like SP is showing up. Okay, well, you got to put your focus on the things that are going right, okay? And then you could even say, well, because your world is showing you sometimes SP shows up. Now, you want it to be all the time, okay? You're going to observe and say, oh, it's happening sometimes. How do you want it to be? All the time. SP shows up all the time, 100%. Backs me up, has my back, loves and adores me. So you have to say, I intend SP is doing that all the time. This is happening all the time. You're the causation, so you have to say all the time for it to be all the time. But if we look at the effect of the world and we create from the effect, we're going to create from what we see instead of create from infinite possibilities. So start saying to yourself, I intend, SP is showing up all the time. It's really easy to adjust, right? And it's really easy for me to go into my imagination and create exactly the reality I want. What we could do is whatever your question is here, think about your question, because many of you may not have your questions answered today because I just can't get to them all, right? Whatever your question is here, now write it down. That's your question. Here is how you answer your question. You're going to learn how to answer your own questions, so you don't have to ask me. You're just going to come here for fun and tell me all your success stories. I intend this just turns into success, and this turns into you telling me how the deep understanding you have of this, and you just want to be part of that community that knows this reality, that knows that you're the operant power. All right. So what you do is write your question down. So I'm going to use this question as an example. And let's say you didn't get your question answered, but you could just write down, sometimes SP shows up. When he leaves, it's hard to adjust to the imagination state. Well, here's what you're going to do on your own. Just put what you want it to be. So instead of sometimes SP shows up all the time. When he leaves, it's easy to adjust. It's so easy for me to adjust. It's easy for me to adjust. It's easy for me to go into my imagination. It's easy for me to create my reality. It's easy for me to align with that reality. It's easy for me to have everything I want. It's easy for me to live my dream life. Okay, I expounded on that a little bit, but that's how you solve your own problem. Okay, that's how you solve your own problem. If I'm not live and you don't see me, you're wondering what to do, it's 3 a.m, you can't sleep, what do? Write down your question, now turn it into what I just did. Okay, you solve your own problem. By creating your question into a new format of how you want it to be, right? You go from what your question is to how you want it to be. You don't want it to be sometimes they show up. What do you want it to be? You want it to be they show up all the time. They are the best vision of themselves, the highest version of themselves in my life, the highest version of themselves in my life, adoring me, loving me, being with me, like that, okay? Lara. Hi, Shannon. How can we ignore 3D when your SP said something that hurt? Because the 3D is not real. The 3D is not even real. It's a holographic image. It is a holographic image. So you have to see a new perception about reality, that it's lucid, okay? And there are many people in our world that have already stated this. Like Steve Jobs said, you can bend reality. Why did he say you can bend reality? Go look into that. Go research that. Find evidence in your reality that helps show you and helps you get more like a deeper belief that this is all true. I know it doesn't feel true because you lived a life thinking this is all so real. It is real people, real experiences. We're taking value. It's all valuable. That's even more important, that it is valuable. Real doesn't mean that it's not valuable. Your imagination is more real than the physical reality you see. The more you test it, the more you see it. The world is only a projection. Okay, how do you ignore when your SP said something that hurt? Okay, well, let's just kind of go through an exercise. They say something, you feel hurt. Do you want to live the life where you're hurt? Or do you want to live the life where you're together? Because if you're hurt, you're only aligning with a reality that you accept the hurt from, this reality where you're hurt. So if you want to shift into a reality, if you want to shift into a reality where you are together and it's love and it's forevermore and it feels good and it feels blissful and it's ecstasy and it's exciting and it feels passionate and it feels safe and it feels secure, you have to feel that way, or you have to go to that assumption. The assumption and the knowing is that your reality is created from you. If you are hurt and you want to let them know that they hurt you, you only keep that reality in place. And we know that people asleep in the 3D reality are not going to have that same perception. So you're not going to hear that, if you could go to a therapist in the 3D reality that knows nothing about reality creation. And what are they going to tell you? Why would you even waste your time with that person? Or they'll help you go through a dialogue of what you could talk about and how you can overcome that. I'm not saying that's not a possibility. You could do that, okay? They said something that hurt you, you tell them, stop talking that. I'm valuable, don't hurt me. I deserve for you to respect me. You could have that conversation. You have to shift into the version of you. And there's infinite ways to do that. I'm giving one way of quantum shifting. Okay, do you want to quantum shift into this reality? Then don't take that personally. You're not taking that personally. If you take it personally, then you need to go in a different direction. Take it personally, have a conversation, set the intention. I intend our communication gets better. I intend that my specific person hears me, sees me, listens to me. Okay, that works. That would be more linear time. You could do that. That would be more through the linear time, okay? And there's nothing wrong with either way or any way. There's nothing wrong with any way. So if SP said something that hurt, okay, do you want to, I'm going to give you two options. There's infinite, but there's two options, okay? So let this kind of sink in. Let this all sink in, because you don't have to figure it out today. It could be later tonight, tomorrow, you'll have realizations. SP said something that hurt you. What feels good to you? Does it feel good to just shift and be the version of you who's like, you know what? I'm already loved. And I'm already in the relationship, okay? Because you can manifest that overnight. You can manifest that in very short amount of time, week. I have clients that do that very quickly. You could also call your specific person in and say, you know what you said to me hurt, and I really don't appreciate that. And I would really like our relationship. So you don't want to talk about what you don't want. I don't like when you do this, and I don't, no, you don't. So you talk about, I would really appreciate being heard and seen. I would really appreciate being heard. I would really appreciate kind words to me. Okay, I don't know what so what would feel good and sound good to you, right? I'm just giving you an idea based on not even knowing what they said that hurt. Okay, so this is kind of more linear time. This can happen just as quickly. Okay? So say something. Put your foot down. Go ahead. Don't be afraid to lose them. The problem is when people are afraid to lose their specific person, it means you're really giving them more power and you're afraid you're going to lose them. And that internal feeling inside is like, I'm afraid I'm going to lose them. You don't want to be afraid of losing them. You're the creator of your reality. You want to lose the old version of that person. You don't want anything to do with the version who's treating you that way and hurting you. And that entity, your specific person, their entity can say to you in that moment, you know what, I'm sorry I did hurt you. Okay, so what do? Before you have that conversation, set your intention. I intend this conversation goes really well. I intend my specific person is responding to me and moving with this conversation. I intend they tell me that I'm sorry. Forgot to turn off my vacuum today. Sorry, in the background you might hear my vacuum. Okay, so I intend, you need to set the intention before it happens. You create the blueprint for how you want that to go. So there's no right or wrong. I teach in a way that there's really no right or wrong because there are infinite ways to do it. And without me speaking to you one-on-one, I don't know what you think. If we were speaking one-on-one, because I do one-on-one coaching, or if you're in my group and I'm helping you, I'm going to give you advice based on a discussion that we have together. But here, I'm just giving you some different ideas, how you can move through and move forward. All right. So I intend you're all over that and you're already in a different place. Any advice to manifest commitment from a specific person after manifesting him back months ago? Perfect. Congratulations. Manifested him back months ago. That's where you put your focus. You want to think to yourself, ooh, I'm good at this. I manifested my SP back. Okay, so remember, you want to keep building your belief because this is a different perception of reality. You didn't realize you were creating reality. Okay, but so the more that you acknowledge the successes that you already have, that builds your belief. You build your belief in knowing that you are the creator. You build your belief in knowing that you're powerful, that you did this. So yes, I manifested them in my life. If I did that, I can manifest commitment. Okay, if I can do this, I can do that. I want that to be your major theme of your life. If I can manifest finding a penny, I can manifest finding $100 bill. If I can manifest SP coming back, I can manifest complete commitment. I can manifest marriage. I can manifest a lifetime of happiness. Okay, so if I did this, I can do that. Okay, let that be your dominant thought. How do you manifest commitment? What does that look like to you? Commitment looks like, and then script that out. Commitment looks like your SP saying, I'm completely committed to you, and I want to be with you and only you, and you make me so happy, and I love being with you. I love being in your presence. I love telling people about you because you make me laugh. You're so fun. You're so funny. You're so exciting. What would that be for you? Start to write that out, and then you spend more time and attention on feeling the fulfillment of commitment, not the opposite. Don't start wondering, why aren't they committing to me? They came back. Why aren't they committing? Maybe they don't want a commitment. Maybe they're not ready for a commitment. Maybe they're not old enough or young enough, or maybe they went through things in their lives that they don't want a commitment. Those are all assumptions. Which assumptions are you having? Your assumption is creating your future experience. Your assumption needs to be, SP is absolutely committed to me. Ready for a commitment? Telling me about commitment, how important commitment is. So you have to create your assumption to align with your end result, with the wish fulfilled. Okay, all right, so you've got that, right? You've got it, it's done. Imagine you got commitment today. Now, so these are other techniques and ways that you can live in the wish fulfilled. So you get clear on what commitment looks like, okay? Now, what technique could you use to imagine? Well, imagine that you're telling your best friend, we're in a committed relationship now. as of today, we're in a committed relationship and we're talking about looking at houses together, or we're talking about moving in together, and we're talking about engagement. Okay, if that's, if you're ready for that, then you're creating imaginal scenes, because what your imagination is the blueprint for your reality. Your imagination is a blueprint. So what's your blueprint look like? Does your blueprint look like, I'm not sure if they're ready for commitment? That's a blueprint. So that would be the blueprint of your reality. They're not sure, they're not ready. They're saying, you know what, I got to finish my school. I should finish my job. What if I want to move in another country? Then all of a sudden they'll start saying stuff like that to you, because that goes along with the blueprint of what you created in your mind, or the seed that you planted. All right, so you're creating blueprints all the time of your reality with your thoughts and emotions, with your assumptions. So that's why circumstances do not matter is a really important key to understand. Because even if they said to you, I do not want commitment, that circumstance doesn't matter. You don't want to create from what you hear. You want to create from the wish fulfilled of your desire, because they're just reflecting you. All right, so you got this. It's done. Okay. What if the person goes hot and cold, like as if he doesn't want to meet but wants to meet? Because it's coming from you. Yeah, it's coming from you. Because you started to doubt and get worried, or you started to get insecure or unsure. Okay, if this person is showing hot and cold behavior, it's because you're too worried about what they're thinking and what they're doing. This is what you do. You decide this is going great. You have to decide that everything's going great. You have to decide, SP, he wants to meet me. You have to decide that. Even when he says no, he doesn't, then you go in your mind, go, oh yeah, you are. Oh yeah. This is not control or manipulation. This is you are the author of the play of your life. So what do you want? You're writing the script. You have to write the script, but you're listening to the actors in your world and you're writing the script based on the actor, but you're the director and the main character and the author. Don't let everybody take control of your world. You are in control of your world. You're just giving up the control because they don't have any power in your world. It's only giving up power. So if I'm giving examples, that would be kind of the example in case you have that happen, right? You know what to do, okay? They say they don't want to meet. Don't say, oh no, I wonder if it's because they don't like me. Because that assumption just aligns with the reality that they don't like you. They say they don't want to meet. What's your assumption? Yeah, they do. Oh yeah, they do. They want to meet me. They want to be with me. They love being with me. I am really the greatest. That's what your assumption should be to align with that person meeting you and being with you. All right, so understand you understand this is a mental discipline, because that's why you have to detach emotionally from the things that you hear and see in the world. The world is all from within. It's all from within you. It's all the story you're telling. So start telling. You've been telling this story, and that's why you're experiencing what you're experiencing, because that's the story that you've been telling. So now the best way to test that you're the operant power and that you're the creator of your reality is for you just to start telling a different story. And you're not telling anybody. You're only telling it to yourself in your mind. And as you consistently tell the story you like, your world reflects that story that you tell in your mind. So you have to tell one story, not two, because when you tell two stories, you got hot and cold behavior. Two stories creates hot and cold behavior. Two stories looks like, yeah, they're coming with me. Yeah, they like me. And then you look at your phone and you didn't get any evidence and you go, oh, but wait, it's not working. That's telling two stories. That's telling a story that, yes, this is working. And now you're telling another story, no, it's not working. And now hot behavior, cold behavior, hot behavior, cold behavior. You have to learn to have a disciplined mind. So set that intention. I have a disciplined mind. I know what I'm doing. And then you tell one story. So when you see things not happening in your reality, go, that's no big deal. I'm the creator of my reality. It's not a big deal. You have to create that it's not a big deal. If you think it's a big deal, guess what? It's a big deal. If you're feeling hurt, your reality will show you you're hurt. If you're feeling lonely, your reality will show you you're lonely. If you're feeling unwanted, not chosen, your reality will show you that. So you have to feel it, cultivate that before your reality, which is the effect, will be revealing to you that truth or manifesting that truth or confirming that truth. All of that is the same. All right, so good, you've got this. I am declaring that you got this and you're having movement. Okay, where are we at? Yeah, KCFN. SP came back. We were intimate after many years back and forth. It was awkward and now haven't heard. Because the old version of you who kind of worried and doubted, surfaced basically, right? Okay, so let me paint the picture of how you create this, because it doesn't matter what happened, because you can hear from your specific person like today. This is the eternal now. You can hear from them now, but you have to be in the place where now would feel basically kind of normal, natural, that you are receiving. Okay, you have to create that you're receiving, contact. So here's how you paint the picture. SP came back. We were intimate after many years, and it has been amazing. Okay, so even though it felt awkward, don't focus on it felt awkward. It felt awkward because the old version of you felt unsure what's going on. Now that person reflects that. Now that feels awkward, and it's like what to do. And you don't know, and you're wondering what's going on. And when you don't know and you're wondering what's going on, they just reflect that. So you have to change it by saying a whole new story. Even though it felt awkward, replace in your mind, you know what, it felt all right. We both had you have to put your attention on what did feel right, because when you were intimate, I guarantee there were great moments that it felt right. So stop thinking about the awkward moment and just go to that moment that just felt like this connection and this chemistry and how good it feels. And we love being together, and we are building on that connection that we have. And even so, what if it's a physical connection? You could build your relationship on any connection. It's your reality. You get to choose and define how you want it to be. So yes, we have the best intimate connection, and that connection keeps building. And I love, so you have to disregard the awkward completely, really. Don't put any, why put any attention and importance on it? Otherwise you just bring it up, okay? So now what does that look like? That you just are feeling this connection. Get back to the place where you feel that connection. Like that moment they came back, how did that feel? Get to that place. They came back. Now don't think of they came back as the past. Start feeling they came back again. They're right here, right now, just like you did in the past. You're going to transform and transfer that feeling into the present moment, feeling it now. Feel that now. What would it imagine, or what would it feel like that right now you're getting a text? Okay, so you look over at your phone and you're like, imagine you're looking and you have a text message. What does that feel like? That's where you don't want to focus on awkward. Oh, it's awkward. Well, they're going to show you it's awkward. If you could get to a place, and you can, and you're going to do it right now, you're imagining you're like looking at your phone, pop up their name. What does it say? Hey, what's going on? I've been thinking about you. Now, let your mind go to that place and imagine. Okay? Imagine. I don't ever want to hear you say I haven't heard from them or it's awkward. It's like, delete that. It's deleted, canceled. Cancel that part of your reality, okay? We can cancel things out. Okay, but you cancel it out by replacing it with a new vision, with a new experience. You replace it with the wish fulfilled, going to the end. You could replace it with remembering when they did come back and make that feel like it's now. Okay, and now that's how you get this going. You're the operant power. It's only like they respond to you. They're only responding to what you do and what you feel and what you say. And if you feel like it was awkward, then that's what reality will just show you that. So you, even though it did feel awkward, you understand. You have to just either you replace that and say, you know what? And now you remember those moments, how it was like, ooh, that felt good and it felt right. And that's where you put your attention. And you put your attention there so much that you completely forget. You cancel out that it was even awkward. Okay, and awkward doesn't even have to be a bad thing. Okay, by the way, many people have awkward situations with their partner. I have had that in the past, and you move beyond that. If you're thinking of that awkward moment, just create, so what? We both transcended that. We overcame that. That's okay. We felt awkward in the moment. That's not a big deal. That's normal. That's natural. Okay, so that's another way when you do have that awkward moment come in, so what? Not a big deal. What if you felt awkward and now you could imagine your specific person comforting you and saying, oh, that's okay. You know how much I care about you. That's okay. Feel safe with me. That's what you want to hear them say. You're safe with me. That's okay. So what? That was awkward. Next time, I get to tell you how good it's going to feel. I mean, okay, like how good it feels to be together, to comfort each other, right? Just how good it feels to be in the same room. All right, one more question, then I have to run. I manifested a message from SP, but when I replied, he read it, but didn't reply. My goal is for you, or your goal is really just to get more excited. It's not about the emotion of excitement. We don't have to, but I want you to steer away from feeling like you're rejected or that person doesn't want you. You don't want to be unwanted. So you have to get to the place of, guess who I heard from? Okay, and how do you do that? Well, you also want to go to number 1, self-concept work. If you need additional help, I have created a blueprint with my self-concept course. I have so many success stories at the top of my page from someone from Instagram. Okay, I never worked with her one-on-one. She just bought my course and we communicated through Instagram, and I have a success story. They're spending the holidays together. She said that self-concept course aligned her with the reality where her specific person just took her on a vacation, and now they're spending the holidays together. They already talked about it. Bought the course on September 1st, and this happened 2 weeks ago. So that course is linked in my bio. If you want to, it's only $44. It's $44. It's going to change your life. It's life-changing. Because do you understand, like when you're in school and you're doing the work and you're studying, you're really imprinting that information on your subconscious mind. That is the power of a self-study course, is because you're doing the work on your own. You're practicing on your own. You're not just sitting and listening here passively, but you're actually engaging with your inner thoughts. You're engaging with your subconscious mind. That's why it's powerful to do the self-concept course and to do that work and to do it on your own, because you become that version. It's a blueprint for you to be the version of you with your desire. And it doesn't matter what your desire is. It works for every desire. Specific person, money, job, career, conversations with your boss, conversations with your friends. That course will apply to many things in your life. All right, you guys are powerful. I love you. I'm setting an intention. We are only talking about success. Bring me your success stories tomorrow, because we are talking about the success that you are having. I love you. Have a great day. Bye.